Hello! Can I be honest with you guys? I haven't really had September off as planned. So the idea was to have a whole month off, order making. And instead I was going to do like tutorials, fabric scrap busting, and to be honest, I don't even know where the time has gone. And I haven't even had time to do stuff for myself. So today I'm on a mission to upcycle some bits of my wardrobe. And the last time that I did this, you guys loved it. So I've already picked out the things I want to upcycle or repurpose. I don't know what I'm doing with them just yet, but I have 3 items that I'm going to try really hard to try and get done today. All in one day, ideally all before 3 p.m. and we are currently nearly 10:15 in the morning. So let's crack on. Here are the things that I am hoping to upcycle, starting with this jumper. There's nothing wrong with this jumper, but if you know me, you know that there is something wrong with this jumper. It's too plain. It's not snazzy enough. And so my mum's friend made this for me 3 years ago, I think 3 years ago, and I haven't worn it purely because I just think it's too plain. But I love the fact that she hand printed this sewing machine on, and I love this, and I do love the colour, but it just needs a little zhuzhing. These trousers, I don't think I'm gonna have enough time to do this today, but I made them wrong. So I made the front fly like too short. I sewn something wrong. So basically every time I wear it, this is peeking out and it looks like something. And it's also too baggy on the waist, so I want to do something with that. Then finally, this is something I need to do today. I feel like I'm gonna get emotional. This is the very first jumpsuit that I ever made. My first ever patchwork jumpsuit, my first ever upcycle jumpsuit, and this kind of launched the business, and I couldn't believe that it still fit, because a lot of my garments are oversized, so the fact that it still fits is amazing. But it's got a few holes, and I can already see a lot of the seams are stressed because I didn't stitch. At that time I used to just overlock pieces together, but now in my business I overlock and stitch just to like fully secure them. So I would love to upcycle this today. So should we start with this? Let's start with this. So this is the jumpsuit, and it still fits 4 years later. I haven't worn it just because I thought it wouldn't fit, which is so silly. I didn't even try this on until literally like now. But the pockets are too low, like so I would like to try and raise these so they're about here. Yeah, there's like a big hole on the sort of lower, so the crotch part is like quite low, so it doesn't show anything other than my back thigh, but I would like to get that fixed. But also I saved this from a clownish blouse, and I just love this little bird, these little birds, so I thought maybe about stitching them on as well, because you know how much I love birds. So yeah, the first thing I'm going to do is unpick the sides and put a pin or a mark of where I want the pockets to sit, and then I'm going to try and find some materials to patch up the holes. Oh, look at that! My very first label. So it used to just be AFRAYED Upcycled by Scarlett, and I didn't enforce this label with interfacing, and I didn't stitch it on properly, hence why there's so many frayed edges around the whole thing. But I'm keeping it. I'm not removing this. It's part of history. Cheeky fact, so this jumpsuit was made from a mix of my mum's clothing and bits of my own clothing and fabrics that I had. So like this blue is from my mum's trousers. I think this was from a jacket that she had. This was from just like some material that I had from my previous projects. That was part of a jumpsuit that I wore traveling. Yeah, so there's a lot of history here, so I'm really excited to be doing this. So the first thing I need to do, I've put a pin in the new pocket position, so I just need to unpick up the sides and then reattach it somehow. I don't think I've ever done this before. Oh god, there's another hole there. This isn't good. Right, so I've unpicked both side seams and I've put a pin. It's about 8 inches from the underarm, so that's all good. And these pockets are a little knackered. I did accidentally like chop through one of them, but they're quite flimsy, and yeah, so I'm going to keep them as scraps. I might even add them to the jumpsuit, so it's, inserting history. But I'm going to make some new pockets out of this flannel scrap. Hopefully I have enough to make 4 pocket bags. We'll see, but I'm going to do that next. So this has been done. The pockets have been adjusted by like this amount, which I think is going to make a real difference. So now we can work on the mending and adding this little bird applique on there. And I'm actually going to do a very well-known technique, which is boro stitching, which is a Japanese mending technique. And I did do a workshop on this years ago in London, but I can't really remember much, and I've kind of been just doing like lazy boro stitching. I'll show you what I mean. I call it lazy because I kind of just winged it, and these stitches are probably too big. They're not, they don't really hold a lot of the bits in place properly. So yeah, I needed to try and find something that's going to teach me how to do the technique properly, and that leads us to today's sponsor, which is Skillshare. Skillshare is the largest online learning community for creatives with thousands of classes in all kinds of subjects. Skillshare can help you in discovering new skills and hobbies, but also take your passions or side hustles to the next level. There are so many categories to choose from, including an extensive upcycling, DIY, craft category. I've even saved a bunch of classes to my ever-growing list, especially crochet. And yes, I am adding crochet to my new hobby list, but we can go through all of the new hobbies that I've discovered from Skillshare in a separate future video. But for my upcycling today, I have come prepared by watching a boro stitching lesson by Casey Gallagher Newman. The class has really developed my skills with easy, short videos, so I don't feel too overwhelmed. And in even better news, the first 500 people to use the link in my description will receive a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. So get started today. These are some of the little scraps that I've got. So the little flannel again from the pockets, and that was from a curtain originally. But I remembered, so I did that Japan haul video back in April. Do you remember? So I went to that shop, and the lovely older lady who didn't speak a word of English, I didn't speak a word of Japanese, so we're both kind of just communicating through eyes and hand gestures. She gave me a bunch of free scraps with my purchase, so this is perfect, and it's the perfect colours. So I'm going to use these little bits of scraps as well, and it just sort of ties in the fact that this is a Japanese technique. Oh, I feel so happy. So I'm going to start stitching and putting a placement of where I want the little bird to go. I'm thinking front. We'll see. I'm so pleased with this. So I've stitched on the little bird and the little Japanese fabrics here, and then the crotch I've gone a bit mad. Oh, there you go. So yeah, I just did a few little decorative stitches and just kept layering, so hopefully that should cause no issues. So I'll try this on at the end, but I'm gonna have a look at that jumper and see what I can do with it. Here is the sweatshirt in question. To be fair, putting it on, it actually isn't too bad, but again, I just think it's just a bit plain. And I've seen this fabric. I bought this in a charity shop this year. I can't remember how much I paid for it, but it is just one curtain, so they were selling it for really cheap, and it's the most Art Nouveau print ever. It's proper, it's like Liberty fabric, and it's navy, which this jumper is, and there's some like hints of like this browny gold, which this is. So I need to figure out if I want to completely cut off the sleeves and do like a big Art Nouveau sleeve, or maybe just add ruffles. I need to figure this out. I'm going to do something simple with this. Simple. So the bottom is going to be lobbed off, and I'm going to reattach it, but it's going to be reattached to about here, so it's more of a cropped style, which I prefer. I found this lace. I can't remember where I got it from. I think I might have got it in a bundle somewhere, but it looks quite old. Like it feels quite scratchy, and I know, like, I don't know, like it could be new, but something tells me that it's not. So I thought about using this around the neckline, like creating like a nice little ruffle, or maybe even like having no, I think that's going to itch my neck, so maybe not. Then I had this idea of like weaving ribbon in and out of the jumper, but again, I don't know if that makes it less what's the word, strong. This is looking so cute, and I've just had the maddest brainwave. So I've just done like a little test a bit on the bit that I've chopped off, but I did like little cuts, and I've threaded through this organza lace, well, not lace, trimming, but I have this, and I'm thinking of doing it across one sleeve, so up this sleeve here, and then in the corner I'm gonna applique on a little golden sewing needle, and it's gonna have like this attached on it. Yes, love it, gonna do it now. Added a little bit of trimming to make this little bow to finish the sleeve, I just need to get rid of this little blue fabric pen mark just by dabbing it with some water. And then I think before I go ahead and hand stitch this on, I need to like put a flame to it just to stop all of the fraying. But I'm really pleased. So I'm just going to add water to this and then let's start trying on the things that I've upcycled. That I did that today. I'm really happy that I can now finally wear this jumpsuit. It's been too long and I'm just glad that I just did it, just fixed it and added the cute little bird detail. And this jumper, I mean, I had so many ideas for it, but this is definitely my best idea. I just love the sort of quirkiness of this kind of exaggerated stitch and the little appliqued sewing needle as well. And this is also an outfit, so again, second time doing an upcycling my wardrobe video and I've made like an actual outfit. Very pleased. It is starting to get a little colder in the UK, especially in Liverpool at the minute, so I will definitely be wearing this. If you have liked this video, please like, comment and subscribe. It really does help, and I guess I will see you next time. Bye.